Call this meeting of the Historic District Commission on May 17th at 7:03 to order, and I'll see Leonard for that. Oh, and I'm going to see Ferguson for
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to waive the minute or the hearing procedures. If anyone wants to read them, they're over there.
So moved. Second. Aye.
Aye. So
No, you gotta go first. You still have to go first. You get out of that. Okay. Dear Matt, please publish the following public notice for one insertion on Monday, May 9th, 2022. Town of Groton notice of public hearing, Historic District Commission. The Historic District Commission will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, May 17th, 2022 at 7 p.m. at the Groton Town Hall Annex 134 Groton Long Point Road, virtually via the Zoom platform to hear the following applications requesting a certificate of appropriateness. HCC 22-28, 27 West Mystic Avenue, Salvatore Riccardi, owner applicant, demolish garage and construct accessory dwelling unit, pin number 26180528470. HCC 22-29, 40 Pearl Street, Stephen Davidson, owner applicant, addition, pin number 261918421395. A Zoom meeting link will be posted to the town's website meetings calendar and can be attended by visiting www.zoom.us. Webinar ID 847-3040-8888, password 255652, or by phone 1-312-626-6799. Applications are on file and available for public inspection during normal business hours at the Planning Department, 134 Groton Long Point Road, Groton, Connecticut. Dated this 9th day of May, 2022 at Groton, Connecticut, Todd Brady, Secretary.
all right, so HDC 22-16, this is Fire Tux.
That was continued.
Right.
Yeah. Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
HDC 22-23, this is 3 Fort Rachel.
That's you.
Yeah.
Come on up.
Sit down. or-
Sure, you can sit down. Relax.
And what
You're
you're
using
gonna
my
want to do is
husband's
put whatever you
husband's
want to share on that crack between the two tables, because then it'll appear.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we need this. You guys have a copy of this already, so I just brought it so I can reference it as well.
It's for the audience. in case somebody-
Oh, okay.
I think the only thing was the signing. right?
Yep. This is what I've sent in to Linda. Oh, you have it right there. Yep. And so you have exactly what I have in front of me. There's a question on the siding.
Can you slide it up for the screen?
Sure, so flip around.
And flip it around, it's upside, it comes out upside down.
Which one are you?
The middle one that I, smart side. Platform siding. I guess the last meeting, there was a question regarding siding.
It was vinyl, or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
That's.
The smart sign is like a composite. And the color is really,
Gonna be blue.
it's up to you.
Oh, okay.
You don't have
Oh,
jurisdiction over the
you're
color.
not questioning the color, say to match the house, the closest one would be the blue. Yeah, that was, because this is our third meeting. No, no. Yeah, actually, I had to come tonight because he belongs to CERT and they had a mandatory CERT meeting, so that's why.
Did you introduce yourself just for the record?
No, I don't think I did. Susan Prusik,
Maybe you want to spell that?
Prusik.
Fourth name, get a water bottle.
Okay.
Does anyone else?
Again.
That's what I asked. Does anyone in the audience have anything to say in favor of this? Anything against? Okay.
Thank you.
22-23 is closed.
We'll vote on these at the end of the hearing.
Okay.
You don't have to stick around.
Oh, I don't have to say, well, how do I get notified then?
The department will notify you. when you-
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, HTC 22-24, this is 54 West Main Street. Let's continue to, Walt is there.
Wolf is here.
Walt, are you available?
Slide him down and keep going.
Well, is he there?
He's there, but he's
Yeah.
not responding.
Muted here.
Are you asking for Walt Bamsley?
Yeah.
Oh, here I am. Sorry, guys. Hello?
Yep.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yep, I got you.
You want to share screen? You have the ability to share screen?
I don't. Or not that I'm able to do, at least.
Or you want to give a synopsis then? Because they have the material in front of them.
You don't have the material?
Well, they have the
We
material in
do.
front of them, but we usually put it up on the board. So make either share screen by virtual world or you're in here showing it.
So you're trying to share it with me to see? I'm confused.
And you got to present what you were coming in for.
Right. But what I just heard is that you guys have everything in front of you, correct?
The board does, yeah.
We have
Yeah.
the public does not. This is a public.
I don't have anything to share with me, to share to the public. But if you guys are able to share what I submitted, would that accomplish it?
Suppose we have to put it on the table. So. Table.
You want us to just go off of this?
Oh, this is hard.
Otherwise, yeah.
Can you see that, Walt?
I can.
All right, there you go. Start your proposal.
All right, so I guess we just take this right in order, yeah?
Leave that away.
I'm gonna take a Yeah, you can start giving your explanation what you're doing.
I didn't hear that last part.
You start, if you can see that, just start going through your presentation.
Yeah, I think the presentation speaks for itself. Everything that I have there is what I'd want to say. So I guess I'd ask the board what they have questions about.
Just describe it to us, Walt. Describe what you're doing. You know, you got a bunch of different number of paragraphs. Why don't you just go through them verbally?
Sure. So first thing I'm looking to do is to light my outside sign that is on a pole.
Okay. How are you gonna light it?
How are you fighting it?
Exactly what it says on the paper in front of you. I have external LED lights that project up onto it. And I think the picture there captures the way it's lit up.
How was it previously lit another way?
I don't think I understand the question just because it's so broad. When you say previously lit another way, meaning when prior to me owning the building, when it was a Bank of America sign and it was lit up?
With the sign lighting,
Excuse me?
when you made your original application, was the sign lit up?
When I made my original application, the sign had the ability to be lit up, yes.
Was it described as to how it was lit?
I don't recall that, and I don't believe so would probably be the most accurate.
I believe Greg Bettis presented that.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a hard time hearing whoever's speaking.
Didn't Greg Bettis, didn't he give the presentation the first time around?
Yes.
Where's the sign located?
Right in front of the building on a pole that pre-existed, on a sign that's been previously approved. I thought that Greg had gone through the lighting. I guess he hadn't. And that's why I'm before the board now. But it's on a pre-existing pole. The pole, the capture of the sign, kind of how it sticks out. It's the same design as Bank of America had it, and I just put my logo on it. So this sign has the ability to be lit both internally and also externally.
So you're lighting it inside, internally or externally?
Yeah, which one are you doing?
Oh, I would love to light it internally if there is an objection over that, but if there is objection and there's an ordinance that prohibits me from doing that, then I have the external capability.
That's a zoning issue, not a HDC.
And my understanding is that would be next after you guys.
Okay, do you want to move on?
Sure. The second sign I'm looking to light are the letters that are actually on the building that spell out brew pub. And I have lighting that come from behind the letters. And I put a picture in there that shows how it looks. And we're looking at, as from what I could see, from what you guys are showing, it's 1B, building letter lighting.
I'm not exactly sure how the Historic District Commission interfaces with zoning, but it was my understanding that you can't have backlit signs.
Way it's written, it's more than 6 foot projection away from the light. So he's gonna have to go and present the planning, so he's gonna give us an application. We'll review it at that point.
It'll come back here.
No, zone, because of the zone, he's gotta get a permit for signs.
The sign is actually permitted. It's the lighting that I believe is the issue.
All right. Okay, all right, next.
And what's the next thing?
The next, I believe what you're showing right now is a temporary shade that I'm looking to provide outside on the patios. And I presented a picture of what it actually looks like. So this would be in summer months. It easily comes up, goes up, comes down, just like an umbrella would open and close.
The last one is these arborvitae, which I don't think has anything to do with us.
Well, he has to site approval for planning and zoning. Yeah.
It's not us.
Right, but not us, yeah, right.
So number 4, we don't, or number 3 is us. Still there, Walt?
I'm still here. I was waiting to see if there's any questions on number 3 with the temporary shade.
That's number 2, but
Or number two, that's right, 1A, 1B, and then number 2. And I understand the Abervite part of my proposal does not have anything to do with the Historic Commission.
That's correct.
So then I guess what is before the commission right now would be the lighting on my pole sign, the lighting on my letters on the building, and then my temporary summer shade. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions about anything that I've proposed to the commission.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, does anyone in the audience have anything to say in support of this? Against it?
Yeah, I have a comment.
Sure.
I like the first sign, and it seems reasonable to light it up. The sign on the building facade doesn't seem in keeping with the character of the downtown aesthetic, to me, in my humble opinion. And I would prefer if it wasn't lit up any more than it already is. So I'm not in support of the 1B part of this application.
Yeah. I think that the actual sign itself was approved by the Historic District Commission, but it was not shown as a backlit sign. And so I think that tends to really stick out.
What the person that asked the question, what's the opinion on Mystic Pizza's internally lit sign?
Internally lit, well, which one?
That's pre-existing.
They're one that sticks off the building, the huge, approximately 5 foot by 5 foot sign that's internally lit as you walk down the street.
That's from the 70s or early 80s.
Oh, no, I understand, but that wasn't my question. My question was, what's your opinion of that? Is that within the character of the neighborhood?
Pre-existing, so
Again, my question was, is it within the character of the neighborhood?
well, personally, there's a lot of things that aren't in character with the neighborhood all over the place, but if they're pre-existing, there's nothing we can do about
Our
it.
opinion doesn't matter.
I think your opinion's relevant. I'd like to hear what the opinion is of the Mystic Pizza sign.
I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of it, but it's pre-existing, so I can't do anything about it.
Is there somebody that could point me to a statute that allows this pre-existing sign?
You'd have to do your own research on that, I guess, Walt. But I think that the issue with regard to the brew pub sign is that, and I don't, recall in great detail the Mystic Pizza sign, except that it never really stuck out to me one way or the other. This sign, when you drive down Water Street, really is in your face on what is a historical facade, and I think it looks somewhat incongruous.
I think there's two things. We have one paragraph in there that's an historic district, there were lit signs. So I'm going to read that.
Yeah,
It
go
was,
ahead.
internally lit translucent plastic signs and flashing signs are inappropriate. External light sources are permitted, but should be situated to avoid glare. Neon signs will be considered an individual basis. Appropriate sign lighting can be a positive contribution to general right-of-way lighting, thereby reducing the need for separate street lighting, which has little historic precedence in the project. As far as zoning goes, it's a maximum movement account that they get into, which I'm, it's like 20 or something like that. It's just a lot of project out there. This was approved.
But you got to sit.
Well, town here's review it. So I said I got to talk to Tom. I think those all signs.
I mean, I think from my opinion, Walt, is that if that sign were externally lit, in other words, there was a spotlight on the sign, that'd be one thing, but with its being backlit, I think it's, pretty omnipresent in terms of the neighborhood of the building.
I respectfully disagree. I think it's a very simple, classy look to it, but in the alternative, if the board rules against me, I'd ask for permission to light it the way you just proposed, with external lights projecting onto it, which I think is more of a disturbance, more of a glare. I don't have it before me, but there's definitely research on it that there's less light illuminated when it's internally or backlit as opposed to a directional light. But I leave that for another day. So that's my alternative argument. I'd ask for permission to do that, which I personally, not that my personal opinion matters, thinks it would look more obscene than the way it looks right now lit up.
If the application is denied, you can come back with whatever you like, as many times as you like.
So I can make an oral addition to just have a projecting light. We're here now discussing it.
No, because you need the specifics.
You have to present it for the public.
No, you'd have to come back.
Okay.
You have to issue your lights for what you were gonna light it with. But I sort of respectfully disagree that I think that if you light that sign from externally and with spotlights, it'd be far less obtrusive than backlit is currently.
Especially lit top down.
That's what I was gonna say. What if they were downlit and mounted on the building itself?
Like a couple of lights hanging.
Yeah, kind of hanging over with a more.
Isn't that exactly the opposite of what a historic commission is trying to do, is getting more things mounted and projecting and things we're looking at, and to preserve the original character of the building?
If that was the case, we'd never allow your sign to be on in the first place in any form.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right, but I think, as I said, a front lit sign, a sign that's lit with light shining on it is far less intrusive than a backlit sign. And you're not going to be shining that light in anybody's eyes or anything if you mount it up on the building. You know, it's a classic way to light a sign. Is with an arm coming out that then shines back on the sign.
Classic doesn't mean right.
Anyone else that? All right. Well, if you're done, I'm going to close this.
Yes, I appreciate everyone's time. I appreciate you pushing me forward. I know I was down on the list, so I do truly appreciate that, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Comments? HDC 22-24 is closed. Okay. HDC 22-28, this is 27 West Mystic Ave.
No, thanks.
How's everybody doing?
Great.
I'm Sal with Cardiac Lane Property, and I'm looking to build an accessory dwelling.
Just think counterintuitive.
Goes the other way.
Okay, so this is the plot plan property. And the existing garage is right there. West Mystic Avenue. And this is the primary residence. And this is the driveway leading to the garage. Down to the house. This is a view from the street. So this is the northwest corner of the lot. See part of the garage there.
And that, and on to the left corner of that photograph there?
The corner is Ted's house.
Okay.
Okay. This is the picture from the center of the lot from the street. Okay, so straight on. This is a picture of the southwest corner from the street, looking down a driveway to the garage.
And that house in the background, everything that is,
That's my house.
that's your house?
Yeah.
So it's all the same property? really?
Yeah, yeah.
And that little shed to the right there?
That's a shed. Yeah. Yeah. This is just another view from halfway down the driveway. From the southwest. That's So this is the structure. So this is the structure that we're looking to. And this is looking at it from West Mystic Avenue. That's straight on.
And is that basically the same footprint as the garage?
It's a little bit bigger. The garage is 22 by 22. This footprint would be 22 by 24. Approximately 760 square feet, 770 square feet.
See that?
That tells you the material that be used as far as siding. Windows would be all Anderson series 400.
Is your intent to make it match the house?
Color, yes.
Okay.
Yes, so the color on the house is a really light shade of blue. The closest we can get with hardy board is a light, it's called ocean mist. So it's close, but my intention is to paint the house because this is hardy board. And I would match the dwelling, the house to the dwelling. But it's the closest thing we could find in the hardy plant. This is a view. This is a view from the driveway. If you come down the driveway and you take you look to your left, you would see this view.
You're in the south facing north.
Yes, yeah, if you take a left, it's, yeah. Yeah.
So I have a question. The hardy panel, pre-finished horizontal siding?
Yep.
Is that a sheet?
No. they're
It's
pine.
individual, it's clapboard, individual boards,
Yeah, individual boards.
but they call it hardy panel?
Yeah, yeah. I have-
Why do they call it hardy panel?
That's what they call it. So it would be a combination of, at the top would be hardy shingle. to the
Yeah.
Very top. Then, the main part is hardy plank, but the hardy. Hardy plank.
Make the pieces and then make the-
Yeah, yeah,
It's just made out of hardwood.
it's all the same material.
But I mean, is this like these aren't individual shingles that you put up here? They're all attached to a piece of,
I
Plywood
believe they're
backing
all
or something.
individual planks.
On the back, but the shingles, I think, can come either way.
Yeah, the little piece at the top, that might be the one piece. And the hardy,
Todd, is your question that you have basically a sheet of plywood, for lack of a better visual, with shingles already.
And then
onto
you
it, and then
fit the
just
pieces together.
Put that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think you're right.
the bridge, the Basco Bridge, you know,
Is that
gatehouse, that's how it's done. I mean, it looks like
Individual.
Looks
individual shingles, but they're actually sheets and then they
Yeah.
overlap and fit together.
I just wanted to
That's what-
clarify
yeah.
your.
That's what
question.
this is though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. that's
For the
what that-
shingles.
That small piece.
Well, I
would
think
be.
for everything,
Not the side.
I think
not the siding.
the planks and the actual boards are individual boards.
So like, as
Just
if they were individual clapboard from seventeen
Exactly,
eighty.
just like that. Yeah.
It's just 4x8 sheets
Oh, okay.
On the,
on the clapboard.
No, it's the-
Oh, is that the board and batten? All right, this is the clapboard. 12-foot planks, okay. There. Sorry. Well, I don't know how you do it, but if they had done it, I wanted to see how it worked.
I think the side, or whichever the next one.
yeah, this is the driveway. When you come down the driveway, look to the north. You can see that. And then view from the
Yeah, door.
door would be, it would be. It would be a plain wooden. As far as the looks of the door. Lights,
Yeah, it's got 3 lights.
Yeah.
3 vertical.
yeah, it's exactly the same door I'm putting that one house section. So it's got 3 vertical lights, it's like a craftsman style door.
That's the side facing the driveway, right?
Yeah.
So it's
would not
visible from a public
Not
place.
visible from a public.
Right.
So it's on that space in the side.
Yeah.
So it shows a picture. And, yeah.
This is the other view from the rear, that's not visible from the street.
No, not visible at all. That's the other elevation there.
Yeah, I think I submitted it. So the only other thing to contemplate is the roof. Right now, on the plan, it is architectural shade. Contemplating maybe stainless steel metal.
Okay, so what you should do in that case, you can either have us vote on this today, and you can come back in and amend your application. Or else we can continue the whole thing and you can come back with a different roof.
So if you vote on it today, and let's say we make a decision on the roof,
You gotta come back.
would it be just a presentation for the roof? Let's do that.
And if you brought along the details on the door too, we wouldn't object.
So, we have to keep those two, like I said, that we don't have a copy of that one. So they're-
Yeah, I'm gonna stamp all these.
Yeah, I thought I emailed that.
Do you have copies for yourself?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are series 400.
Is that somewhere in your application or something?
As far as windows.
Yeah. You know,
Could we just vote on it, assuming it's 400, leave that an email in, and then just add it to the file?
or you can,
Or write it
you
on
can
there.
write on the application, just write Anderson Series 400 windows.
And then similar to that,
Yeah.
just write that.
Pre-COVID world.
Just a suggestion as I do with the agency, you might find that the Anderson lead times are significantly than the Marvin lead times. So we check the Marvin integrity because we hate to switch projects, switch stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, we have, yeah, I know it's like 3 or 4 feet.
It's crazy.
Let's say we did change. I'd have to come back in. Right. Let's say we go Marv to go from.
Yeah, that's right. It's great. I mean, it's the same.
Yeah, or new business or whatever. And then you guys decided how to do it. Same window. Just different
Yeah,
pricing.
same, yeah, do the same style.
Yeah, I mean, if you went from like the Anderson 400 to like a cheap vinyl window, no,
But if we go to Marv and
integrity or elevated.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You can say in favor and against and all.
Sure.
I'm in favor. As a near neighbor, I don't, I know my view of the project doesn't, isn't a criteria, but it'll look nice, especially the cupola and wolf.
Yeah. Exactly.
So good luck with.
You'll have a good view of that.
Say your name.
Say your name.
Oh, yeah, Ted Keaton, 27, 25, he's 27, I'm 25.
These guys look older than that.
Thank you. Thanks, Ted.
Yeah, good, that sounds good. I could tell how great the neighbors are, so that counts.
It's good. No, it's not down the line. It's remodeling.
Oh, it's just your call.
I believe you're just remodeling, right?
Yeah, I'm doing a remodel right now
Yeah.
to the primary residence, the backside.
But you're not demoing.
Are you gonna rip the garage down?
Yeah, we're gonna rip the garage down
All the way to the foundation, or you take it all the way.
all the way to the foundation.
It says-
Yeah.
It's an unfinished.
Well, it says demolished garage. so-
Oh,
Yeah, it says.
Okay, never mind. All right, HTC 22-28 is closed. HTC 22-29, 40 Pearl Street.
stress over that. Stress over looking at.
Yeah, we're gonna see if you're any better than your predecessor, just get it the right way.
That's a kink in my neck after this.
Okay,
I'm a
so,
little dizzy from it.
and feel free to make it squared up and level. I was at a 45-degree the whole last presentation.
Okay, this is probably the most relevant. Here, what I'm looking to do is to rip off, there's a porch on the second floor of my house, right outside the bedroom, and it's falling apart. And we're gonna hold off right now, and then just build that wall out further, so it's flush with the rest of the house. And, you know, we are, obviously, we have a French door there right now, and we want to replace that with a French casement window, which is right here. And I did put it in the specs on that, so page one. There are really, I'm only going to be adding one window. One is going to be moved. It's a Anderson 400 window. I did throw all of the information on the Anderson 400 into this, but I was already approved for those windows, replacing those windows. last summer. But I did add that in there. Other than that, we really want to keep the house looking almost exactly like it is. We're gonna replace- we're gonna, put cedar shakes just like are on there right now. We are gonna change the link, the roof from, which is kind of old. Timberline HDZ series. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You can't really see the house very well from the street. You do have one, there's a side view there, and there's a back view. That's the side view, you can't see that from the street. So back view, you can't very well. I did take a picture from the street of what you can see, but it's pretty.
Can you not see it because of vegetation?
Well, it's kind of tucked in behind there, and then there's a lot of vegetation.
It would be from like Eldridge Street, right?
It's not on the street, you can see it.
Okay, so just so I understand what you're saying, this is the French door you were talking about, right?
That's the
That
French
you're gonna put in casement windows there?
I'm gonna put it down the French, to
This is the deck.
Okay.
and I'm taking that door out. And I'm gonna replace the windows. It's about the case, the window is about the same size. Obviously not as tall, but 60 by 60, which is 60 by.
You didn't want to go with just two double hungs to match everything else.
I kind of like the fact that we have that door there. And we need that nice view.
Those are the old wood windows, probably. Paris, that, usually beautiful old wood windows and seen in Switzerland.
These are-
Sometimes they center pivot.
These are really- They're gonna be aluminum clad. But
What, is this a kitchen window here?
that is a really.
Is that a fixed light window?
Sorry, so that's an in swing case.
Yeah,
So it's got an in.
yeah, just like it was.
Oh, okay.
That's actually nice to, thank you.
I thought-
Casement windows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for clarifying, because I had a different vision.
I don't like that.
Crank out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible. So this is just a fixed light with muntins in it, the kitchen window here?
It's really.
It doesn't open, does it?
No.
Yes.
It's really ugly. It's been there for.
You're changing the downstairs windows too? Is your thing?
No, not, I mean, well, that kitchen window that I got approved for last year.
Oh.
But
You already looked at this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You just match the side.
Change the-
That's it. Anyone in the audience that against HTC 22-29 is closed.
Taking it.
Yes, it's closed. Is it good?
No, your presentation's closed,
Okay.
and now that we discussed it, now it's onto another phase where we discuss it,
Okay, it's not open to the
I
public.
gotta say.
So close public deliberations.
The public hearing part is closed.
I should pay more attention. All right, so we continued HCC 22-16. So do that.
We motioned earlier.
You did, you already did.
We motioned that earlier.
HTC 22-2334 Rachel Place. This is just identifying the smart siding. Just looks like that. Any comments?
It's fine to me.
I will move to approve. All in favor?
I,
Right, HTC 22-23 is approved.
also, it was hard to decide.
HTC 22-24, this is the brewery.
Can we vote on this in chunks?
Well, someone should make a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we chunk this application into 3 different parts.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So let's start with the pole side line. Any comments?
I don't think I have an objection to the pole sign lighting.
My only question is the light the original light?
He said he said it can be internal or external, you prefer internal, so I don't know, it doesn't sound.
But that sign previously was lit either from the ground, it was lit from the ground here. There were little cans down the ground. Or do you think it was like this?
No, I thought it like came up. No.
I really don't remember. I mean, this seems to be showing, I mean, is that a
looks like a-
LED light bar right there?
That's what that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But that sign's been taken down. That's the sign. So. I guess my point is we have to approve the light and what's the light?
We've already approved the sign, right?
Says the sign is currently up.
No, we never approved the actual sign.
We did.
No. Because on the original approval, there was only a picture of the sign.
I think the LED strip should be fine. It's not like it's super aggressive.
Yeah, and I'm not sure you're gonna see it.
You won't, I don't, yeah,
Because
when
you'll
you,
see up here and the
Yeah.
sign, the underside of that sign projects out a little bit, like you see it's got the cornice on top, and
yeah,
I don't really think you're gonna see. it.
Yeah,
So
I
don't think
agree.
the Problem, it's the
I
lighting.
mean, I would personally prefer the external, the internal lighting of that sign, but from a, just a lighting perspective, it's minimal impact on the eye. Honestly, if you're driving up or down, main or, it's not gonna impact. I think
It was originally.
Right, so should we have a motion on, you wanna make a a motion so with specificity on each one of these, or just combine them all into one? Each one? Okay, well, I would make a motion to approve 1A, the pole sign lighting, with the condition that the lighting be external to the sign itself and located as shown in the submission.
And I would just say that the light isn't to, or the illumination is not to extend. Sign.
So the illumination should be pretty much confined to the sign itself.
He's gonna have to show a maximum.
And just, you don't want these two like spotlights.
There's a maximum. It's allowed.
I mean, we would be approving of what's shown here, just that LED strip, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what we're,
on the outside of the sign.
On the outside of the sign.
and I'd like to go on record that, like, if that's what he's doing, I
Yeah.
approve what,
We also need to prove the letter, because that,
that's a separate.
we want to do that. So we-
Well, you want to do it separate? Fine.
I mean, I think we should keep the stuff separate.
I mean, I would say that, yeah, the sign is shown, the script is shown and the lettering.
No, we never approved the actual whole sign.
I think it was on, I think it was pictures depicted in this presentation.
We did it at a separate time.
No, that was the change from the brewery to brew pub, and it changed the whole thing.
It's changed that lettering on the wooden, on that whole sign. that-
Well,
I
We'll
think-
prove it
I think
again.
they did
Yeah.
prove it again.
We'll double approve.
Okay. All right,
So we vote on that?
sure, I'll second that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so that's approved per Todd's motion. The building letter lighting.
adamantly against the backlighting of that, for the sake that I just think it's so out of context for downtown Mystic.
I agree.
Downtown Las Vegas, is not like, fine. Downtown Mystic, absolutely not.
Yeah, as I said, you drive down Water Street, it just sticks out.
Yeah.
Like I said.
I would prefer the suggestion, that you have the overhang.
Yeah.
Hook, I call them hook lights that kind of just lit and then shine
That's
back.
what I'm picturing too. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea for them to propose some other.
Then he's got to come back with
Yeah.
that.
no,
Yeah.
So,
Motion to approve.
So to make a motion to deny this.
No, because then we have to actually make the motion to approve and then vote no.
yeah, I
Vote,
think
you can vote that you're fine with the sign, you're just not fine with the light.
We already approved.
Right.
Yeah. But you remember one time we were trying to vote no and something, and Linda jumped in and said we had to make the motion to approve and then vote no.
This wouldn't be a continuing with the,
no, because he's got to come back. He should just come back separately, separate application. Okay, so I make a motion that we approve the
Backlighting.
It's just
part 1B as proposed. Who's going to second?
I'll second that motion.
Bill's going to second. Okay, now we can.
So all in favor? All against?
I
Okay. So all against. What about removing the light? That's the first issue.
Continues to light it.
Yeah.
and the next item.
It's the campus.
Oh, the canopies.
Okay, so the sunshade over the patios. I'm personally really against this.
Bill,
Last week, we voted for the awning, and that was in context with other awnings. This is not in context.
what would be alternatives that you have in mind.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm waffling, to be very frank, on the fence.
yeah, I mean, because what you're saying is that the alternative is either umbrellas, but there's no other kind of awning or whatever that you can visualize that would substitute for this.
Correct. That's why I'm like,
Grant,
I'm torn, I'm not gonna lie.
I think if
you're suffering.
I think
I'm
if
suffering.
So, because the crux of that is you can put it up for less than 30 days and then take it down. That'd be a temporary structure. So you can technically put it up for 29 days and take it down.
For one day and then put it up for another 29 days.
That would be considered, that would be allowed. It's a temporary fixture or structure. That's
So it could
allowed
be, as long as you take it back down and you put it back up.
no more than 30 days.
Interesting.
I don't think,
can't be.
It's the way it's written
Matter
there.
to me is like, there's a way around every.
It's okay, it's a little trouble.
I don't think it's particularly offensive, but. Yeah, I don't really,
No, because if you make or alter or create something, it's gonna be fine. So the contractor, whether you put it up for a day or not, something.
Well, no, it's considered a temporary structure. It's right there. It's listed as non-regulated activities in the historic district.
Sunshade.
Temporary fixtures and structures, event tent structures, in place 30 days, construction dumpster trailers, toilets, security fence, temporary structure. So you can put up a tent,
How's he gonna,
you want to put a tent up there for
how's
29
he gonna
days.
temporary put up the 4x4 posts? and other items to the building? That's not temporary. Screw it to the building or put it in the ground.
I wouldn't do it before posts. You have to do something that's not that structural. the lock it up there. You could do something where you string it off of wires or something, connected on eye hooks and draping it or whatever. And then
If
take
he-
it down.
If he proposed something that's a little less.
Here.
A little less janky. There you go.
I mean, is it something, is it, I haven't really taken notice walking by. Is there something, is it just on some like 4x4s or?
They were like poorly set 4x4 posts,
Mhm.
which raises a whole ton of structural issues.
Or safety issue.
Yeah.
Worry about somebody knocking it over and hitting something like that. Or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's a
That's what it's gonna.
racket.
So my suggestion is he comes with the better. Because even this as it is, doesn't have the detailed stuff. If we held up a sign because the chain was too long.
Maybe you want to come back with better design.
Well,
Yeah, or deny it, say,
Deny
come
it.
back with better design.
all right, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? All against?
I don't know, I'm still, so did he set it up that way so that in the winter he can just take those 4x4s out, or what's the deal there?
Probably, but if he's putting it, we're denying it for permanent use.
Mhm.
Well, you can go ahead and want.
He was seasonal, it takes down.
I guess I would be interested in seeing more info on it. Can't really tell from the pictures.
Whereas the
Just for
sunshade
the posts
as
themselves.
proposed.
How did you vote, Matt?
Nay.
Still the issue with fence. Is that part of this?
The fence is apparently not part of this. Because Anna Marini's. Said it's anything the matter with the fence.
Why this showing a 3-foot tall fence?
That's the issue that we raised.
2-foot tall fence.
It's 32.
And I'm 6'5". That's 32 inches, I'm 6'5".
Well, and
6'5".
the fence that he put up there does not look like that fence.
So I don't know why the commission said.
So you could make a couple of motions you want, the Tom has the final say on enforcement. Well, and he actually went to the town attorney about it, they discussed it, he showed it to him, the town attorney said it's right,
Who's right?
Tom's right.
If the fence that he put up there was
It's
compliant.
adequate, it's adequate, compliant for us.
Just to finalize, I'll make a motion for them to review this. After looking at the approved fence. And provide us some reason why it's.
I don't think part of this whole.
Sure.
You would have to get into business.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait, that'd be good.
That's what was approved over there.
Yeah, that fence.
HTC 22-28.
Yeah.
Oh, that's garage construct accessory dwelling. I think it's really nice. I think it's gonna look good. So
I make a motion to approve.
second. All in favor?
All right,
Aye. HTC 22-28 is approved. Thank you.
Excuse me, we're gonna run the computer. This one here, I gotta fill this out a little bit. So I've got application is approved, application approved with stipulations and modifications, application denied. I got all three.
The middle one.
It's modified.
So just say modified. And what's the number?
2392.
Your neighbor's truck. At the base of your driveway.
Yeah, that's the other neighbor.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he parks it there all the time.
Yeah, there's always like a code.
His driveway is like 15 feet.
Okay, that's why. Here, I was just curious. Yeah.
You did get my notification, you gotta go for administrative site plan for one ADU.
I didn't get anything.
Sections of your contract, whoever applied to one.
Oh, okay.
Send an email to this on the contract that on the agenda for next week.
Yeah, I'll see.
I need to give you a follow-up email back from.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Thank you.
HTC 22-29, this is the dormer addition, removing the porch on Pearl Street.
motion to approve.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, HTC 22-29 is approved. Thank you.
No, that was still not very acknowledged. So there was one that was approved before that.
That was 2391. First one.
Here's 2392. That was the 54 West Main.
Yep.
Then I've got 2393.
Yep.
That's 27 West Mystic Avenue. I was just doing the next. I've already done with this one.
Yeah.
Wait,
You took my pen. You just threw it.
All right, so new business?
Is there anybody online?
the minutes.
Pre-application hearings next.
Yeah.
Is there anybody online?
For us out there. What you can do as a chair is ask if there's anybody out there. If they keep quiet, they're not here for pre-applications.
Chris or Bill?
So you just ask again loud.
Anyone here for pre-apps?
Nobody's responding, so I would say no. No pre-apps.
No pre-apps.
Public communication.
No business?
Approval of minutes.
Special meeting of the lawyer.
Yeah, there's, here, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Okay, so we have to approve the minutes of the
Right, so what date is it? April 18th. Okay, so I move we approve the minutes from the April 18th, 2022 meeting.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
April 18th is approved, and then we have to approve the minutes of May 3rd. Right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Old business. So we're still in this group of thing about the fence.
Kind of old business kind of. It's your choice, whatever. I don't think anyone's gonna contest it.
I just think what we approved isn't what was put in there.
You're talking about just the height.
No, just in
The
general.
height, the appearance.
It looks pretty similar. Is there, am I looking at the wrong picture? Hold on, let me pull it up again. Like there's a difference in some crossbars. Aside from that, it looks pretty similar. I think. So it's got spokes and double spokes. Looks pretty similar to that. There's a missing crossbar here.
I just
a
think,
missing crossbar here.
in my opinion, this is like a well-known aluminum fence that's readily available. That I personally thought was going to be the standard black aluminum fence with larger posts at 3-foot height. What that is from the garden section. So to me, I thought it was going to be more permanent, more robust fence.
So I would suggest in future meetings, we specify when the approvals, the size, the height, in the actual proposal.
Do they specify there?
Yeah, they did it at 3 feet. So the old HTC dragged this Maris all the way to Superior Court with a pitch of the roof. The pitch wasn't correct. It was. So I'm just saying. Why doesn't it just come back and ask for that to be approved?
I brought it down, talked to Rich Cody, they'll agree that it's fine.
What's the height of it? Do we know?
Just go to the number.
Council for the town.
It's up to you guys.
That's what I came to see.
It depends.
I don't think this looks too far off from that, but I haven't taken a close look at it, and I don't know about the height. Can't tell the height from the picture.
Well, why don't we just, we don't have to do anything tonight, but why doesn't everyone go take a look at that fence?
Individual research.
Okay,
And then we can discuss it at the next meeting. How about that?
Because it was like supposed to return back to the structure and it doesn't. You know, it shows a gate on it that there isn't. I don't know. So it seems different. to me. Yeah, go take a look.
Take a look.
Okay.
all right.
Neighbor stopped me on the way, walking the building, because they're pulling, I texted you, but pulling the steps out.
Okay, spot that at the end. So, they went for the approval for outdoor dining, which was extended, which allowed them to get past as far as going through the procedure of town municipalities. Although he put on it, looked at the application quick, he didn't mention anything about taking the steps up on the application.
Well, can we just?
Oh, yeah, you gotta fill him, he doesn't know what we're talking about. Elaborate on this a little further.
Emporium building, where it's, there are 3 sets of granite steps in the front.
And 3 doors.
And 3 doors.
Yeah.
Did he take the doors out?
No, the doors are still there.
Yeah, no, it's 15 Water Street. I believe it's 15. So what it is the state expanded the allowance of outdoor dining this year. And so basically it bypasses local municipalities to deal with the approvals. So basically it's a waiver for them just to go and then December, I think, whenever it's up again, it's supposed to come to an end. So he came into the ASP and they basically just signed off on it through there. And they asked for us to review it quick. And they also, historic districts, the same thing, we get that there's a waiver with that. Now, I did read the application. The application did not say anything about removing the steps. They did talk about 6-foot out dining expansion. They're gonna do outdoor dining for the
Oh,
summer.
and you just, where do you go now to get that approval? To the state?
The state waived it, so it's allowed. So town municipalities can't stop it with zoning.
Changes the structure. Even with.
Well, like I said, he did not specify anything about taking the steps out, so I gotta look into that a little bit
Well,
more.
because there's no way you can do the outdoor dining without having taken the steps out, because the steps obstruct what would otherwise be a semi-level surface to put tables in.
That they don't care about, you get expanded out now, it's not, the dining, it doesn't matter.
I'm not sure if I'm strongly or against, strongly for or against the removal of steps. It's just.
Well, and
But he didn't mention, he did get approved, but he didn't mention it as.
he was taking out the
Yeah,
steps,
right.
and he's gonna have to treat the foundation here, because it was a rubble type
Yeah.
foundation behind the steps. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
There's a rubble type foundation, and it's a little odd. It's not, I mean, I don't know, it's gonna look a little odd because you're gonna have these 2 doors.
It's gonna look odd when he gets away from having the outdoor dining.
Are you thinking that he's gonna
That's when it's
lose,
gonna look weird.
is he gonna lose the right to have the outdoor dining when the state?
Yeah. A lot of these places are gonna be a nightmare, because they gave waivers to everybody to allow them to do it, and so we're gonna have to tell people to take it down.
Yeah, what about like Harp Hell?
Yeah.
One of the neighbors there is
Yeah.
annoyed because they lose the parking spot.
It's like it's helping the business with the
No,
COVID
I'm all
situation.
for
Yeah,
that. Oh, for the patios.
yeah,
I get it.
But the assumption that everyone's operating on now is that those waivers or approvals will be withdrawn, and you won't be
They're
able,
aware of it, yeah,
and you won't be able to do it again.
right, they're aware of it, once.
Maybe
we
they'll
get back to some
reconsider
sort
and
of
they'll
normal-
decide it's okay.
Who knows what this, they're gonna have to recess it. Trump says that, because it's gonna be a nightmare, it's gonna be logistical nightmare for every trying to stop. These, some of these guys came already at the beginning, so they've been conditioned for over a year and a half. It's gonna be almost 2 years of
2 years,
operating this way,
yeah,
every
2
2 years
years.
they've been operating this way, and then you're gonna tell them, no, get rid of it.
Well, it's like the liquor, too. They never.
It's a simple, see what happens when it gets.
They're
towards the
gonna
end.
keep it.
Yeah, well, lobby.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? It's a restaurant now for 2 years, so.
Yeah,
Take it
down.
down. Go, whatever, go, so they do that, and bottles of wine.
Yep.
Well, if he needs an approval, we should get it. Same thing for the gas.
I mean, I
They,
think
they don't need it, they get an exemption from historic district and planning.
for everything.
Yeah.
But even an exemption to the point of changing the appearance of the building?
That's what I keep going back to, is he should be allowed to go out for dining. He did not mention anything about taking the steps out, so as I said, I gotta look at it.
Because the steps are an architectural element of the building.
There's other ways you can just rip the corner of the building down.
So he's proposing to take out the
Well,
steps?
No, they're gone.
No,
They took
no.
them out. They
They
hammered
took
them
them
out. They hammered out. They
Oh.
started yesterday and they were going.
And in his depiction that he submitted, and in his little write-up of what he was gonna do, he didn't mention that.
The minor, he still has to put the gas lamps. Just not.
Yeah, he's got gas lamp on the front of the building.
So. They had the illumination, you get it, the lights up there.
Lights above the sign, not the two sconces.
Their gas pumps up.
They look great.
Yeah, I mean,
They just gotta go.
Or get through.
That's what I come back.
Those were big carved granite steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were nice.
they were kind of some of them were granite, some of them were concrete. It was kind of a mix.
Oh, really?
No, those were all great.
Were they all granite? I
Yeah.
thought
They were all granite.
I saw them hauling out some concrete and stuff.
The instant.
It's all the backers, I guess. Yeah, the back.
Nonetheless, I have to investigate that, get back, find out how the statute goes with that.
Which is kind of a bummer, because he smashed the granite big pieces in half.
He didn't just pull them out, try to salvage them.
No, we had a hammer on a backhoe.
Jackhammer.
Yeah, they just blasted them right now.
We got about $500.
Yeah.
All right, that's that. And then one other one is, there's a bunch of like retaining walls, and landscaping going up on 50 West Mystic down by the Willow Point. It's still historic district, and we voted on something.
I'm not sure where it ends.
No, because they came for stuff.
But they did.
Yeah, it's this, that was the yellow house. We did the whole thing, and that's the house.
It's one up from the yellow house.
Yeah, so I think it's in the district.
Yeah. I think so.
It's
It's right across from the 50 West office.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's probably fine.
What was your?
Hey, you want to borrow mine?
Yeah.
Up on the north side of the street.
Which there was?
50 West Mystic.
No, no, what are we?
Yeah, the west side.
How high up? 130 inches?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh, okay, so, all right.
Was there ever a resolution on that vinyl fence on Wall Street? Left arm.
Jump in.
Whatever, two. Yeah, people just gotta file the application. I think it's 6 Pearl Street. I'll put it across the street.
That's the one up. Right in front.
Yeah.
That's the apple.
Adjourn.